As I'm scrolling through, because we don't accept posts, unless I approve them. And, at the same time, we obviously, if I didn't do that, we'd be hit with ads. We'd be, and this is Ask a Special Education Attorney. So we don't do it to where everybody can post. Because what I don't want is I don't want a bunch of posts out there to where people are sort of providing their, 5 cents and have it not be necessarily correct. And that happens regardless. And we try to control that to a degree, but at the same time, I don't troll, but I'm on enough social media groups, support groups, that people have added me to, or I've added myself. I'm a parent as well, guys, of a kid with an IEP. And so, I'm not on there trolling as a special education attorney. We're busy enough. But at the same time, I'm on there reading these things, and half the time I have popcorn and it's like a scary movie that I'm reading, because I'm like, oh my gosh, where did they come up with that? Because a lot of it's accidental, it's stuff, but it's also what's perpetuating misinformation and nonsense out there that ends up getting, mostly it demoralizes parents. It demoralizes them in this process. It hardens them. It creates greater anxiety in parents, and specifically moms. Because I can tell you, there's 4 base human emotions, and anxiety is not one of them. Okay, anxiety is sourced from being afraid. It's fear. Okay, that's a human emotion. Anxiety is not. That's a result of fear or being scared. Okay, those things are fixable. And so one of the big things is education. All right, and then coming face to face with whatever that is that you're scared of, and addressing those things. That's what it takes. But I can tell you, if you're not educating yourself, if you're not relying upon your own research and your own understanding, or seeking out the sources that are reliable, then, at that point, yeah, you're sort of at the mercy of somebody's opinion that lives in Maryland, for example, but you live in California, and the rules aren't exactly the same. And not only that is that person rural? Is that person in an urban area? Are they suburban? Yeah, there's so many different things that need to be taken into consideration and understood before you run off and take somebody's advice on social media as gospel. Okay, because everybody has a different, they have a different special ed director. And then the other thing is, you always have to put sort of a bullshit tax on everything that you read on social media, because parents or other people want to make themselves look better than they are. And I get it. It's a natural human inclination. I get that. But at the same time, when I'm reading some of these parents, this is what I got in my IEP meeting, I'm rolling my eyes. Not saying that didn't happen, but what I'm saying is, don't put out there that this is something that will happen in every situation. They don't know your special ed director. They don't understand your relationship. I don't know what your status is in your community. I don't understand, we don't understand what knowledge base that you have to be able to effectively advocate in that way. So it's very dangerous, because there's all these little questions that lead into why you got that result. If you truly got all of that result, you could have got 50% of that result that you were putting out on social media. Parents need to be understanding that. That's why I created Ask a Special Education Attorney. That's why we have Advocates University, so that we can channel correct information, raise the level of understanding to have correct information and correct understanding of the application of these rules. Just always be mindful of that, okay? Because you can do it. I've been doing this too long, guys. I've seen parent after parent after parent raise the level of their understanding to where I might be needed once, maybe twice. But after that, I tell you what, I'm impressed by how these parents are able to latch on and have the confidence to be able to continue to move forward in advocacy for their child without someone like me. I'm just on backup. I'm on speed dial. And I can tell you, I don't get rid of my clients. So any of them have been welcome to text me, to email me, to call me about simple questions 5 years after I've taken their case. Hey, well, what do you think about this? This is what they're running by me. Now, am I perfect all the time? No, I'm not. Guys, I'm human, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease in my world, and there's a lot of squeaky wheels, and so you got to be squeakier. At the same time, I want to be accessible. I want to help as many people as I can, which, once again, I don't have a business or a office in every state, but I understand the need far exceeds the 4 states that I do have an office, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of attorneys don't have the same business model I do, and they charge very high retainers to assist families in this area. And I can't control that either. I can only control what we do. Therefore, you can only control what you do. And in doing that, like I said, trust in you. Educate yourself. Understand what you read might not be incredibly accurate if who you're listening to is other parents. Their experience is their experience. When you're looking over a fence at the green grass on the other side, there's 25 questions that you need to ask as to why. They use different fertilizer. I mean, who's the director? Is there, there's, because you know what's on the grass. The other thing is, if you look too far, you might find, my God, look how green that is. And when you get over there, it's artificial turf. It's not even real grass. So, you just have to keep mindful about what information exists out there so that you don't get demoralized. You stay firm in your advocacy for your child. You raise the level of your understanding, invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in correct information so that you have the confidence to be able to go into the meetings, understanding what the rules are, understanding what these procedural rules are, and how you develop a good IEP. And then in application, I can tell you you're going to be far more successful in doing it that way than any other alternative.